So one thing a lot of us have in our days is commuting. We're in our car an awful lot. Sometimes, people's entire jobs revolve around driving from place to place. If you're spending that much time in a car, it's important that you develop good postural habits while you're driving to minimize the load on your body. So what are some common things we need to look for? Well, for starters, proper lumbar support. If your spine isn't in a neutral position, it often means we're putting extra pressure on the discs in your lower back, which are very commonly a source of pain. And when we put extra force, that's how we develop disc bulges, disc herniations, and eventually chronic back pain. So the one thing I want you to be able to do is be able to be in a position where you can reach the pedals and have that nice, good, supported spine. In the office, we often go with sit, slide, lean as a reference for how to sit properly in a chair. In a car, a little more difficulty with the steering wheel there. So oftentimes it turns into a little more of you're gonna put your butt on the back of the seat and just slide all the way down until you're in it, depending on the vehicle. Either sitting down in the chair, sliding your butt all the way back, and leaning back, or you're gonna have your butt on the back, sliding all the way to the bottom, and being in that nice supported position. Sometimes that means you're gonna get weirdly close to the steering wheel. Personally, I feel like a little old lady, but I also know that I can drive for a really long time and feel pretty good. When it comes to your neck, it's also important that we have our ear canal over our shoulder. And that is important because the muscles that support your neck go as low as basically the bottom of your shoulder blades. And the further your head is forward from the top of your shoulders is more work that those muscles have to do, which means more pressure into the discs in your neck, particularly there at the base of your neck. We go from having a very well supported spine and thoracic spine to basically this 10-pound joystick. And so that's the point where you get the most amount of pressure, and that's where we all develop degeneration first, unless there's some sort of previous trauma. So what does that mean? That means keeping your head over your shoulders when you're sitting there, and perhaps putting your head in a position where you're just not necessarily resting your head against the headrest, but if you're touching it, you can use that as a point of reference that you are in a good position. Many of us will say, well, I don't know, I can't reach the steering wheel. I bet you can, if you put your hands between, say, 5 and 7 o'clock. We have our hands here at 10 and 2. Standard vehicles these days all have airbags, and you're going to give yourself 2 black eyes when that airbag goes off. So now at school they teach 9 and 3, but personally, if you just rest them in your lap, you can perfectly control the vehicle unless you're in some sort of high-speed chase. So being able to keep things as rested as possible, utilizing as few muscle as possible in order to sustain that good driving posture is very important. Some of us have vehicles that may be too big or too small for us. That's unfortunate. You need to sit in a position that's going to work for you, just as like a desk. If you go to work and you have this desk where hey, my chair can't get close enough, or you have to, I can't maintain this good posture on this desk that can't move and have my feet on the floor. You have to make your position work for you. So maybe getting a lumbar support cushion or even a different vehicle is going to be what you need to do to ensure that you're not going to put undue load on your spine and cause problems. So that's it. Outside of not putting your feet on the dashboard because you're going to go screwing up your knees and hips in an accident, that is the best thing you can do for driving. When it comes to sitting, you should try to shoot for sitting no more than 20-25 minutes at a time before resetting your posture, and the same goes for driving. Your eyes are on the road, or generally not focused on your posture. So maybe setting a little timer if you know you're going to be in the car a lot, and just getting back to that good position after a while is really going to be important for you to maintain good health. It's all right to have a little reminder. All right, thanks.